Hello and welcome to the Essential Ed Standards-Based Curriculum website. We're so happy to have you here with us today. Whether you are a remote teacher who has their hands full and is looking for the backbone for standards-based instruction to plan around, or if you're a new teacher and you are looking to get to know your standards better and are happy to have a progression of skills to base your planning on, or if you're a teacher who's changed grade levels this year and you want to familiarize yourself and work from this standards-based curriculum to plan your instruction, or even if you're a teacher who's been working and would like to be sure that they are teaching the knowledge and skills that are essential for outcomes for this current school year. We're happy to have you here. My name is Sharon Swain. I'm from Capital Region BOCES and I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction. And I am going to take a minute to walk you through the site so you understand how to use it and how to download units and personalize them to make them your own. So this is the home page here for the essentialed.capitalregionboces.org. We have about the site, and then we also have landing pages for K2, 3, 5, and 6, 8. This planning for online instruction gives you more information about how to think things through if you are teaching virtually, and you can go ahead and navigate some of those on your own time. I also wanted to show you there are quick links here if you want to go directly into one of the grade levels. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk you through a second grade ELA and math template, unit template. And I'm going to do that to show you how to navigate the template, but I want you to know that all of the templates, ELA, math, social studies, and science, are designed the same way for ease of use. So I can click in here or in this bar to get to the K2 landing page. One of the things that I would like to point out when we get here is that we do have a resource from State Ed for ELL and world languages. This is a really great resource to look at if you are looking to build in support for vocabulary and word instruction. I also want to point out that we have used the next gen ELA and math standards to create this curriculum. We have done a crosswalk with the Common Core standards, knowing that it's the last year for 3-8 exams in Common Core to ensure that we have not left out any skills. But we thought this is a great opportunity to get to know the next gen standards as well. We also use the New York State Science Standards and the New York State Social Studies frameworks to create these curriculum. On the right side of this bar, you'll see that we have a navigation tool for kindergarten, first and second grade that would look the same at the other landing pages for 3, 5, and 6, 8, except that it'll be the other grade levels. What I want to show you quickly, I'm going to go ahead and use examples in second grade, but as I said, these look very similar in every grade for ease of negotiating. We have, and I will make this bigger for you, this is an at-a-glance document. This shows us in second grade how all of the units are laid out. On the left side of the screen in the peach color, you'll see that I have all of my math units and the standards that are taught in those units. In the blue, we have the ELA. Green is science, social studies is yellow. This allows you to help with your planning for the school year. Each grade level has an at-a-glance document to help you with that planning and timing of your units. We're going to go into grade 2 ELA. Again, all of the ELA units are structured in a very similar way. What I want to point out here for kindergarten, first and second grade, there's a separate reading foundations unit that is very important that you pay attention to and that you plan to use and embedded within your ELA units. So although it is a separate unit, that is so that you can plan based on the skill set of the student in your classroom. But these should be taught together. These reading foundations units should be taught embedded as part of the ELA as well. In third and fourth grade, there are reading foundation standards as well, but they are embedded in the ELA standards or in ELA units at that point. I'm going to go ahead and click on the second grade ELA here. The unit description is there, so I know I'm going into character study and narrative writing. This first landing page that you get to, if you scroll down, you'll see that you have all of the standards laid out that are in the unit and the essential questions and big ideas. You'll also notice that here there's a clickable link that's going to bring you to the personalizable framework or planning sheet that you can use. On the right side, there is a quick link, and I'll show you this quick, which you can print out, or once you do it once, it'll help you. This is basically what I'm walking you through today, how to modify and personalize these units. So you'll be able to find that for future reference. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this link. It's going to ask me to make a copy. This forces the copy into my own drive, and in your case, your drive. So one of the first things that I would like to do when I get here, and I just have to use this, is I'm going to rename this. Because this is my own personal copy in my own drive. So this allows me to be sure that, when I work in this, it's really only for my benefit. And this folder here allows me to move it into a folder in my drive. I'm going to create a new folder, and that folder is going to be called Essential Ed Units. And I'm going to store all of my Essential Ed downloaded units here so they're easy to find. Okay, so I'm going to click that, yes, I want it there. I'm going to move this here. So now that I have that in my folder and it's easy to find, I will go ahead and walk you through what this looks like. On the right side, as a navigation tool, you have an outline. The outline, if you click to any of these, if say, for example, you want to skip down to a different piece, you can click and it'll bring you there. But this just helps you to visualize how the unit is set up. I'll close that for now and I'll walk us through. We start with that reminder of using the reading foundations with this unit. We have the essential outcomes. This is handy to share with parents or students. It's language to understand what at the end of the unit this will look like. We have then our learning progression. Our learning progressions are broken for ELA and math. They're broken into 4 separate subject areas. Each subject area is broken into 5 separate lessons. Lessons may take a day, they may take multiple days, depending on the learning targets and the students you have in front of you. Each subject has an essential question and a big idea and prerequisite checklist that you would want to pay careful attention to ensure that your students are ready to learn the skills that will be presented. You may need to embed some of those foundational skills into these lessons in case you would modify this. To do so, you can do something as simple as right-clicking and inserting a row below. In that row, you might want to add a separate sub-lesson that will teach those foundational skills, or you may even want to go ahead and say to yourself, this is going to be a multiple day lesson and that you want to assign different resources to it, so you're going to go ahead and move it to the next level. As you read through each of these writing questions and learning targets, you will want to start to think about the resources from your district or your own archives that you can use to help with your instruction on those learning targets. Again, they're broken into different topic areas. So here's the second topic area and the 5 lesson essential questions and guiding student learning targets. There's the next and the next. So to help with navigation, just so you know, this is how this, if we get to the bottom here, you'll see that there are unit reflections and then all of the full standards language. And that's how this is organized. If I use this back button, it'll bring me back to that landing page. And when I get to the landing page, I'm going to continue back and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through a math unit, just show you some things that are a little different. Each of these will bring you to the landing page for each of the units in science and social studies. Again, I just want to walk you through math. It's going to look very similar, but there is one other piece that I just want to show you in the math unit, and you will find this in some other units as well. Again, same idea. You have the breakdown of the standards being taught, the essential questions and big ideas. And then we can click this to get into our own personalizable copy of the unit. Make my copy again. Again, I would want to rename it. I would want to use the little folder that's about to pop up to move it into my Essential Ed folder. But what's different here, and again, I'll use this outline to show you, what's different in math, it is broken up the same way into those 4 different topics, each with the 5 guiding questions and learning targets. But what we also have is in some of our units is we have these summative rubrics. And the why we have these is to ensure that teachers take the time to check in on the students' understanding of the standards taught within each segment of the unit, and a summative check on that as well. And it's really important in the younger grades, especially, that you do not move on if the students have not acquired the foundational skills, understanding of those foundational skills. What's nice about this rubric, it gives you the ability to check in, but it also gives you next steps of how to continue with that student. So if a student is not showing demonstration of understanding that, you have some opportunity for what to do next with that student. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate back to the main page. Those are the main things to show you. I do want to remind you that this how to modify your Essential Ed unit frameworks. If you click that, you will have basically what I've walked you through today as a printout. And I also wanted to point out right up here, there is contact us if you have questions, if you want to contact me for any reason. Again, my name is Sharon Swain. Here's my phone number and an email where you can contact me. We are so excited to have you here, whether you're a new teacher, a virtual teacher, a teacher who moved grades, or just a teacher who wants to ensure that they've got their standards-based curriculum prioritized and ready for this school year. Thank you for coming to this little review and enjoy your school year.